Good afternoon, everybody. It is Jen Ferguson here with Artistic Painting Studio, and welcome to my page. And for those of you that are regulars here, you're going to notice that we have a different view today. So I have plugged in my 5-turner so that we're going to be doing a bunch of tumblers today. Okay, so we're going to do a little rocking and rolling, and I decided to go ahead and I found 5 of my tumblers that definitely could use another layer of epoxy or their first layer of epoxy, and that way I can show you guys how to use the epoxy over and over, but I also am going to start with a brand new one and show you all the details of getting one prepped and ready to go. So give me a second. I'm kind of struggling in this position here, but I'm going to go show this link. Okay, I'm sitting on a bar stool and it's just not my most comfortable position here, but this part of my office gets kind of packed. Okay, so let me get this shared and we will get started. Okay, not too bad. Using both of my hands to stabilize the laptop, okay? Almost ready, guys. And one more thing to do. And I don't know if you have ever had to have a Band-Aid on one of your fingers, but I'm going to tell you, your laptops and things don't like to work when you have a Band-Aid on a finger. It's been driving me nuts all afternoon, but I keep breaking open a cut, so I've got to wear it. Okay, let's get back here. Let's get the video open if my fingers will work. Okay, come on. There we go. And get this open so I can see. Okay, so hello. Sorry that took so long, okay? Marla, you are so welcome, and thanks for hanging out with me. There's a lot of reasons I'm here as many days during the week as I possibly can. And the main reason is I want all of you to enjoy, have fun, and be successful, okay? And I feel that the more I can share, the more I can show you guys, hopefully the more successful you will be with your projects, as well as inspire you to do something creative. Being creative, I think, is just so good for our hearts and souls that I think it's so important to do something creative every day if we can, especially after, behind the scenes and running of a creative business is not all creative, okay? We're packing boxes, we're picking orders, we're pouring material, we're cutting foils. There's all kinds of things that are going on all day that have no creativity to them other than you have to be somewhat creative and know how to play Tetris to pack a box well. Other than that, there's not a ton of creativity in the back scenes of this business. So for me, it's always a great way to end my day as well. Okay, so I'm going to turn my camera a little bit and hopefully get you guys a good look at what we're going to do here. So, like I said, I want to kind of go through the steps. And it looks like I did forget one thing. So let me try to squeeze out of here and grab my Bondago. Let's see, we'll need a Bondago, we'll need a stir stick. We're going to need a brush and a water tub. Oh, and a stand. Okay, we're also going to need another stand. So I thought I had everything out. I was trying to be so darn prepared tonight, and I still blew it, okay? I still blew it. But I think I'm more prepared than usual, so hopefully that'll keep you guys coming back. Okay. So I like to use what's called a 24-ounce plump. That happens to be my favorite size of tumbler. And that means we got a 12 here. It holds 24 ounces, and it's just bigger, okay, around. So they also have what's called a skinny. I'm just going to take my lid off, and I like to put my bag and my lid back into the box so I know where they are when we're ready to pack them and ship them. Susan, thank you so much for the stars. That's awfully sweet of you. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is give it a good sanding. I'm using 220 grit sandpaper, and I just want to make sure whatever on these stainless steel to kind of break through that surface a little bit so that we will have a good bonding, okay? Also, your tumblers are normally a little tapered towards the top and the bottom, so they're not completely straight. They taper a little bit. So I like to grab the sandpaper and just go around that top edge, and then don't forget to get the bottom as well. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with this one yet, but I think we'll go for black, because that always is my safety color, okay, for my base. So once you sand, you want to clean. In here is 91% isopropyl alcohol. I'm going to spray it on my paper towel just so it doesn't like get everywhere, and clean off that surface. I like using the alcohol because it normally will cut through the oils on our hands. And as you can see, that sanding did, oh, there's something that's caught on here. What is it? There we go. That sanding did break through that stainless steel a little bit, and it's all coming off. Okay, so it's nice and clean. Alcohol dries really fast, so that is great. And then I'm going to put this one on one of my tumbler stands, okay? So if you're looking for these great little stands, they come separate from the foam inserts, okay? The foam inserts normally come in a package, and they have different sizes depending on what size tumbler you're working on, because there's all kinds of different size tumblers. And once you have it clean, try to keep your fingers and hands off of everything so that you don't end up putting back any oils from your fingers, okay? I'm just going to scroll down for a second and see who all I've missed. Hello, Tanya, Diana, Penny, Carolyn. Let's see, I'm just trying to see. Hello, Denise, if I've missed anything. Oh, Diane, thank you for the share. We always love, love, love those shares. And hello, Miss Lynn. Miss Lynn is from Florida, I believe, and she happens to be in California. She's going to come pay us a visit tomorrow, so we're excited. Okay, so my tumbler is ready to go. I like to base coat my tumblers with our Bondago. Our Bondago is a paint and primer all in one. Okay, somebody's asking if I can insert in the description of the comments where to get them, please. Oh, Marla, I will, okay? So almost everything, let me pick that lid off of there, okay. Almost anything that I use that we don't sell here, you will find on my store on Amazon. And I am writing in, I'm pecking with one hand, you guys, okay? I'm writing in the address. Okay, so I just put it in the comments. And that is the store, okay? So you can go there, and you'll find the link for the stands, the inserts, and a whole bunch of other stuff that we use on different surfaces. At least it gives you a starting point of where you can start, and then if that's not floating your boat, you can always go continue to search through Amazon and see what you can find. Okay, so anytime you open your Bondago, it always has a tendency to separate when it's just sitting around. And I'm going to give it a really good stir here. And I can, when I move places, that's when you find out everything that you possibly need, and it's over on the other side of the table. Okay, I'm just cleaning off my stir stack here so that I can put it in the tub. And we're just going to do what I normally don't do, and we're just going to work out of the jar, okay? So I'm going to turn you guys back to me just a little bit so it's not a really crazy angle to try to paint. And I'm painting on the Bondago to the bottom first, and then we'll do the complete tumbler, okay? I know why I always have a foam plate. I don't like working out of a jug because it always puts too much product on your brush, okay? So I'm just going to brush the Bondago onto the surface, and once I get the product on there, then I'll try to smooth it out and just get my application as smooth as possible. Not all these products do any self-leveling, so just putting it on here a little bit neater will just, in the end, give you a smoother foundation to work on. Bondago is a paint and primer all in one, and it has a great adhesion. Adhesion is like its main property. It's a bonding primer. So it adheres super well. You can see it opaques super well. And I'll have to say that's probably one of my reasons I love to use this product, is because with one coat, my project is completely covered in black, okay? I don't have to do several coats of black, and one and done, okay? It's very seldom I think I ever have to put on a second coat of the Bondago. Okay, so we should be completely covered here. And once you have the Bondago on here, because we are working on stainless steel, I'm going to recommend that you allow this to dry at least overnight, okay? This time of the year, it's cold. It's cold here. It's cold everywhere. You might even let the Bondago dry a couple days. Liz said she just placed her first order. Awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate your business. Marla's asking, do I always put the black Bondago on the tumblers? The majority of them I do. Not all. It's going to depend on maybe my foil choice. So, every time I open the black Bondago, it's always all over me, okay? I cannot not get that stuff on me, okay? Let's see if I can clean my hand up a little bit. I might have to go get a wet one. So this particular tumbler here, this one has our Easton tooled leather foil, and I actually have a white base under here. So if you know the foil that you're planning on using, then you're going to pick your base coat depending on the foil itself. So not all of the foils are going to look good over black. There's a good majority of them that do, but not all. So if you're trying to figure out, like, okay, you're shopping and looking, or you even have foils at home already, and you're not sure, like, what's the best base color to go underneath, you can go to the website and go look up that particular foil. And there is 3 little boxes that are underneath each foil. So you scroll past the pictures and it will tell you what type of release it has, what is our recommended base coat color, and then also, is it fabric friendly or not? So some of our foils are not fabric friendly. Let's see. I thought I missed a question here. Oh, Liz says, what glue is recommended to use on fabric? So if you're going to work on fabric, Liz, we have 3 foil adhesives for fabric application, and it's for stuff like this. So you're doing a t-shirt, an apron, a pair of jeans. I call it my wearable. Okay. Everything I'm going to wear from my shoulders down and my feet up. Okay. So I'm not including shoes or hats. Okay. Cause I do a totally different process on those, but we have, the gel duo, We have the fusible spray, and we also have heat transfer vinyl adhesive. If you click onto the website and click on shop, and the little button where it gives you a drop-down menu, that'll say foiling essentials, and under there you'll find all the adhesives. So Amber says first time watching. She lives in Blythe. Oh, I know where Blythe is. Okay, we live in Huntington Beach. Okay, so that's where our studio is. And thanks for joining us. Says, how do you clean? Okay, so here is my tumbler that I've had for a long time. I actually didn't make this one. One of our brand ambassadors did, Nicole Sutherland. I hand wash. So it should not go through the dishwasher. Okay, they're just not, they're not going to hold up. Okay, it'll break down the epoxy and possibly end up delaminating it. So just hand wash. I use my tumblers almost every single day. I rotate a bunch of different patterns and stuff. But I love those big bottle scrubbers that you can get the scrubber brush down into it, scrub it really well. I use hot water, as hot as my hands can handle, and then just let it air dry. But they wash up easy and hold up well too. Okay, so we are going to get to the epoxy part. Okay, let me get rid of this. And then I'll give you guys maybe a little tour when I'm done with this. Okay, so you guys can see more of my studio space. Okay, I've got 5 little cups. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the camera back down. And so hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. It's a weird angle for me, guys, okay? But what I'm going to do, because I have 5 tumblers, and the thing with what happens when you're mixing epoxy up, as soon as you put part A and B together, they start to get hot. And it's just the process of working with a 2-part epoxy, and the longer they sit in the cup, the hotter they're going to get, especially the bigger the batch you make. So I figured I'm going to pour in part B in all my little cups. Okay, and I'm going to do this where, let's see, I have 20. Okay, we're going to do 20 milliliters, and I think that should be enough for all these. Okay, so I'm going to pour this to the 10 mark and have all of these ready to go. Okay. Let's find my marks again. So you can pre-pour your part B. I like to pour part B first. I guess I could have done this ahead of time. Sorry, guys. But you can pour your part B in first and just have your cups ready to go. And then one by one, when you're ready to go start another tumbler, you can pour in your part A. I like to always do part B first because A is more liquid and it tends to go together better that way, okay? And it was just the way I was taught. It was like always B before A. I'm like, oh, you guys are screwing with me, okay? I love it when you have to learn something new here. Okay, so one more cup. See if I can see my measurements. Oops. A little bit more. Okay, and I'm going to check comments here in a second as well. Make sure I've got all those ready to go. Part B is the hardener, and your container should be labeled, okay? If it does say just hardener, I always put like B on my label so I know that I've got part B. And then part A is your resin, okay? And actually part A is thicker than B. So this one's, it's more, the hardener is more liquid, and then the resin is thicker, and it works where it goes back into it easier, okay? Oh, did I do my watch band? No, it's a company called Fancy Bands, FANCYBANDS. I rotate these. You can get them for on sale for like maybe $20. And I just, they wear off after a while, but they're so cute. They're so fun to wear. Yep. Diana says, yep, part B. See, I have my epoxy people on here. This is the brand we carry. Leanne. It is called Tumbler Epoxy, and I've been very happy with it. We did go through a whole process of losing one of my favorite ever products. The company got bought out, and you know what happens when a company gets bought out. They normally just eat up the product and make the company disappear because they don't want the competition. So that's what happened, and so we took about, okay, I'm going to work from this direction the other way, okay? So I'm going to put these on one at a time, okay? And make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me get everything else out of the way that I don't need right now so that I got room here. And I think we're going to do, okay, well, I can do these all individually. I have some diamond dust here too, which sometimes is fun to put into your epoxy, so it gives it a little bit extra sparkle. So I think I'm going to figure out which ones I want to put that in. We're going to get that tumbler spinning, and we're going to pour in our resin. And, oh, too much. I hate these little cups. Let's see, where did I go up to? You got to be really careful with your measuring, and I normally don't pour like that. Okay, so I'm up a little bit more. That means I'm going to counter that with more hardener, okay? And this one's going to be a fun one to stir. You really want to be equal with your parts. It's super important. Otherwise, your product might not set up correctly. So be careful. And this one is probably not precise measuring now, but we're going to go ahead and still use it, okay? Yeah, these little cups drive me nuts. I need to find some bigger cups. I'm used to mixing up a lot at one time. So I have a lot of quart gallon containers because I've used to do a lot more of like tabletops and bigger projects. So mixing up in these little things scares me. I always feel like I'm just going to pour it all over the edge, okay? So when I'm mixing my product together, I do like to stir for at least 30 to 6, I would say probably 1 to 2 minutes. It's recommended. That way you're making sure that you scrape all your sides, you scrape the bottom of the little container here, and make sure it is mixed well. Even if it starts to get a little bit of hazing and looks like you're introducing a lot of bubbles, don't worry about it. We will make the bubbles disappear with our blowtorch. Okay. And as soon as I'm finished with this one, I will look at comments, okay? Because now I'm kind of slimed and I don't want to touch anything here for a second or two. Okay, I'm going to have plenty of extra that I can probably throw on something else too. Okay, let's get our stick over there. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I'm pushed back even a little bit further. We don't want this going off the table edge here. Okay. Maybe, yeah, let's see. I can go all the way back. There we go. Okay, you guys can still see. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to pour some onto the cup and just use my hand to spread it out. And I didn't add any diamond dust to this one, but I think I might add some diamond dust to one of the next ones, okay? So you guys can see that as well. But yeah, I just use my hand, spread it, make sure that you're turning. I like the speed that this one turns at. This is my new, actually it's not brand new. A friend of mine was selling off her turner, this 5-arm turner, because she just is not making as many cups anymore. And so I thought, oh, I really don't need it, but I want it. So here I go, buying something I don't need as usual. Okay, I'm going to put some onto the bottom. Okay, this is a weird angle for me to work. I'm not used to working in this direction. I'm used to working with these sideways, not in front of me like this. So let me get my hand going here. Make sure we're spread. If you get too much on, you can just work it back into the container. Make sure I've got product across the top, the bottom. The whole bottom is covered. And you're better off to do several coats that are thinner than trying to do anything that is too thick, okay? Because what's going to happen is if you're not completely level and you have this on here too thick, it's going to set someplace and you're going to end up with a thick ridge or something. So better to go thin than thick. Okay, so that only used about half of what I mixed up. I might put this one on my next cup, okay? Let's go ahead and... Okay, this one here, I know I'm not going to put any... I guess we could put a little diamond dust in it. Okay, this one is done with the Easton tooled leather. The first one that's spinning right now is with, that one is with Patent and Patent Glitter. Okay, there's both of them on there. Okay, I think I probably got enough on here. So let's get this spinning. And we're just going to go for this, okay? This is just a first coat. I don't know what else I'm going to do with this one. But we're going to go ahead and get this. Oh, hopefully I got enough. I'm not used to this angle, you guys, okay? So we're definitely going to probably be putting another coat on this one anyway. So this thin coat to start with will be good. And it's time to get that bar stool out of my way. There we go. Okay, let's make sure we got plenty on here. Oh, they look so pretty. I'm telling you, the foils are gorgeous by themselves, but when you get a layer of epoxy or top coat on your foils, I think it just brings out so much of the beauty of all the foils. How gorgeous is that? Okay, I'm going to take a little break here. Not a break, okay, but I'm going to give myself a little break. We're going to unglove so that I can read comments and get set back up again. Woo, okay. The one thing about epoxy, I always keep my alcohol handy, because if you get anything on your hands, you can just wipe your hands off with rubbing alcohol, okay? Yeah, there's plenty of questions here and comments. Okay, let me see. Mary Ann, the first one here, okay, that's Peyton and Peyton Glitter. They're both been used on here. That one actually came out pretty cool. I know, I love Diamond Dust too. I've got to definitely put it in there. Nunia, the working time is not long with the epoxy, so that's why I've decided to go ahead and just pour the part B in and have those all ready, because then I can add my A, mix it up. And if it's, the longer it sits, the harder it gets, okay? Marla says, I've heard that epoxy turns yellow. There are companies out there that say their epoxy does not turn yellow and lasts longer. What's the truth behind that? Oh, I'll answer that in a second, okay? Amber says Dollar Tree has little cups about 8 ounce wide and clear, 10 each pack. Oh, I got to go check those out. Okay, I love that. Thank you, Amber. Nunia says she thinks the jury is still out on that. That's funny. Yes, Karen, it is a Dino's. I have a 2-arm turner, and this is my 5-arm. They're both Dino's. Travella says she has 2 different epoxy products. One is 40 minutes time, and the other one is 30 to 35, depending on the project. Depends on how much you mix together. Stone Coat and Savage Patriot. Yep, they're both going to turn yellow, okay? Everything's going to turn yellow with time. Do I have the measurements on them? I'm not sure what you were talking about on that one, Nunia. Teacher says I need to be working on cups, but I'm sitting here watching you. It is an awkward angle, okay? And I'll just have to get used to it. Let's see, Marla's saying, oh, Travella was saying to Marla, okay. I'm not going to get into that conversation. Okay. I don't think I could do it from that angle. Oh, it's just a little bit different. Okay. Yes, you can do glitter. I normally don't put glitter in my epoxy. I glitter before. Okay. So this one here, I had actually transferred the foil first, and then I put the, foil adhesive back on top and bottom, and I glittered again. So it was kind of like a backwards way of doing it, but I really love how this cup turned out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and load this little baby in here. See, I'm used to working from this angle, not in front of me, so we're just going to have to get used to it. Okay, let's get rid of my water bucket. And we'll keep my rubbing alcohol handy. I was going to say I'll keep my alcohol handy, but then I thought you guys would throw me under the bus and think I was drinking over here. Not yet. Okay, we're still doing dry January. So it's going to be ready when February gets here. Oh, these are looking so great. Okay, so I am going to grab my blowtorch before these spin any longer and just hit them a little bit and make sure there's no bubbles in the surface. Okay, this is how I get rid of them. Okay, so I have big blowtorch, not little blowtorch. Okay, we're just gonna heat those up, make sure there's no bubbles in the surface. Oh, those look better. Okay, because I was actually seeing some bubbles in this one. I don't see them in that one, but the darker color is definitely going to show. You don't want to get your blowtorch too close, because you can literally scorch the epoxy, okay? So don't get too close. Okay, we're ready here for another one. And I'm going to try to pour a little bit better without making a mess here. So I'm going to get down low. I'm going to see where my number is at. I'm slightly over 10. So we'll go slightly over 20. let's see where we're at. Oh, I love it how it's slimed right over the numbers. Okay, I think I'm right on that one, so I just want a tiny bit more. Okay, that should be good. Also, if your epoxy gets cold, if your room is really cool, it's not a bad idea to set the jars in front of like a little room heater, not too close, but even letting it warm up a little bit before you're pouring it, because it'll pour a lot easier. Oh, well, let's do a little diamond dust. Okay, so let's get a new stick. And I'm going to go ahead and put a tiny bit in there. Your diamond dust goes far, okay? So a tiny bit of diamond dust. This is like a lifetime of diamond dust, I'm telling you. Okay, so you see that diamond dust in there? Diamond dust is way finer than glitter, but not as fine as mica powder. So it's just a product all on its own, and it just adds a really fun little sparkle. Deidre says she uses a marker and marks the spot. Yeah, I find that my Sharpie marker just gets too wide. So, you know, with my old eyes, as long as I can get low enough on the table and look at it straight on, I normally do pretty good. Okay. I think we're going to have plenty here, okay? I got to go stir good. Sorry, guys, the stirring takes some time. Oh, Diana's saying a heat mat also works. Okay, it sounds like a lot of you do tumblers, and you probably even know more because I'm in my epoxy maybe 2 or 3 times a month. You guys might be in it daily. So all your helpful tips and tricks that you guys are sharing is wonderful, not only for me, but everybody else that is watching as well. I do not, you guys, claim to be the absolute expert at this. Okay, like I said, I'm into my epoxy a couple times a month. It's not something I do daily. So just another product to play with around here and to do some fun stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with this cup, okay? This one's going to be, I think, one of my new cups. Most of the time when I do cups, either I give a couple of them away to friends and family, or we put them into our live auctions that we do, or live sales that we do every once in a while, and you guys can be prepared. Today's Wednesday. Okay, so a week from tomorrow, we are planning on a live sell. So mark your calendars. It will probably be earlier in the day because Miss Ashley does not work that late, okay? So it'd probably be at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But put it on your calendar that we're going to try and shoot for next week, okay? So next Thursday. Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable with this angle. And I'm just making sure that I have good coverage, but again, you don't want too much on here. Okay, the nice thing about epoxy is it does self-level, so It's one thing it does. I love that. Okay, I think I'm going to let that one go. There is not enough to do another cup, so we're just going to set this one aside. I might be able to, if it doesn't harden up too fast, use it on one of the other ones or mix it in. Mix in my leftover, okay? So my hand's slimed. I'm going to grab a paper towel first so I don't slime this bucket any more than I already have. We're getting down low, okay, so we can see that 20. Yeah, I'm telling you. I think it was Deidre or Diane that said that she marks her cups. Not a bad idea. These little lines are so hard to see. Okay, let's grab that one. I'm trying to get the stuff away from that number so I can actually see it. Okay, I think we're close. Hopefully that was right on. Oh, Sandy's in the house. Hello, Sandy. Hey, do you see this turner I got? You want to know where I got it? Cassie from Two Moms Craft Shack was selling off some stuff, and we bought this one off of her. So I'm so proud now. I'm a proud owner of a 2-arm turner and now a 5-arm turner. And this is the first time I've had a chance to actually use it. So hopefully you guys are helping each other. There's a lot of experts here today, and I appreciate you guys chiming in and answering each other and helping out. Sandy is very knowledgeable as she is the manufacturer. She is Dino's. And I'm so excited to see you here. I haven't seen you, I feel like, forever. Okay, let's get another one of these ready to go. Let's get my lid back on here so that I don't spill that. And load her up. This is the first time I've ever had 5 spinning at one time, okay? My most I've ever done before is 3 because I have a single and a double. But this is way more productive. Okay, I want to make sure my plastic is out here and catching anything. I know how I can be. Now, this one here that I'm working on right now, it had a full layer of glitter. Okay, so I did our foil adhesive and transferred the glitter over our foil adhesive. So our foil adhesive is not just great for transferring your foils, but it's also a wonderful way to glitter something. Okay, so you can put the foil adhesive on the surface. You only have to let it tack up for maybe a couple of minutes, and even when it's still milky white, you can sprinkle on your glitter and it works great, okay, for glitter. So this one here had a full base of glitter, and after I was done with the glitter, we put a layer of epoxy on it and then came back and transferred the foil over the first coat of epoxy. So this is the second layer of epoxy for this cup. And Love it, love it, love it. Okay, just one more to go. Okay, let's get out the blowtorch. And you guys see what I do to my blowtorch? I've covered it with press and seal so that I don't make a horrible mess and make this thing sticky. Let's get that one. This one. Bottom. Ooh, those are so sparkly with that diamond dust in there. Okay, let me see what I've got left. Yeah, I used a lot more on that one. Okay. I don't think we're going to bother with those. We're just going to go ahead and pour one more and we'll be good. Okay. My lid is stuck to my paper towel. Okay. Let's see if we can do this without struggling this time. Okay. I'm telling you, the minute you start pouring the resin in, you lose that line. And the resin, oh my gosh, it comes out way faster than the hardener. So be careful to measure well. I'm gonna have to de-stick everything later. Okay, let me see if I can look here. Thank you, Sandy. Oh, look at that view. Oh my gosh. I got 4 spinning, girl. How many coats of epoxy? It's really going to depend on what I'm doing. So if I glitter first, I normally always put a coat of epoxy on it. Sometimes I put 2 coats of epoxy if the glitter was chunkier and it wasn't that smooth yet. And then over that, I normally come back and foil over the epoxy and then do foil it and then epoxy again. So this one here I think is on its 3rd, and I think the next one I'm going to do is going to be on its 3rd layer. This one has at least 2, that one's just got 1, and that one's just got 1. Okay, last but not least, this is one of my favorites. This was done with one of our glitters that I think we're completely sold out of. Okay, I think it was called Twig. It is a nice, deep, kind of bronzy brown. And then I did our wild leopard spots over it. And it possibly has either 1 coat or maybe 2 coats on here already, okay? So see how pretty that is? I just love that glitter. So cool. Okay, load her up. And let's get her spinning. And we're just making sure I got plastic everywhere because I know how I am. We're going to try not to find this on my carpet later, okay? Oh, Sandy, I do have a question for you. So, not this turner, because this is the first time I've ever actually used this since I got it from Cassie. My other turner, though, because I leave them overnight, this is like always the last thing I do during the day, so that we can, you know, turn our exhaust fans on and everything and get the smell out of here. But it's been making a lot of noise. I'm like, oh gosh, have I just, you know, worked it so hard from leaving it overnight? And I need to probably call you and find out if there's something I need to adjust, because by the time I come in here in the morning, it's making a strange noise and it just sounds like it wants to just hate me because I left it on all night long, okay? So I probably just need to give you a call, but I'm hoping it's a simple little adjustment that I can do. This one's making a little noise. Oh my gosh, you guys. These are so pretty. I mean, I'm telling you, that last layer, when you get the epoxy over everything, just brings out all the beauty and everything that you've done. And they're so pretty. Yeah. Sandy, I don't know if you can hear this one, but this one's making a little noise too. Okay, I'm just making sure that it's not heavy anywhere. I got full coverage. I think I just like playing in the epoxy. It takes me back to being a little girl and just playing in the mud or something. Okay. I think we're good here. Okay, I got one last thing to do. I want to hit this one. Oh, I see. Its arm is touching. It's just making a little noise. Let's get the blowtorch out. This is like my favorite thing to do. I'm surprised my family will even let me have a blowtorch. Okay, let's unglove carefully so that I don't get anything on me. And now I can come back and talk to you guys. Okay, I'll still let you look at the pretty stuff, and then I'll find my laptop over here and answer questions. Okay. Lori, the epoxy is to seal the foils and to make sure that your tumbler is hand washable. So it is a very durable, hard coat to protect, okay? So this tumbler here already has epoxy on it, and you can scratch it. Nothing's going to happen to it. You can put this in hot soap and water and hand wash it, and it will last for a long, long time. That is a beautiful view, you guys, okay? I love that. Pat is saying, do you leave your gloves in your rags, in your towels that you throw away in the building overnight? No, epoxy is not compostable to my knowledge, okay? But I normally do pull these apart and just let everything dry before I go throw it into the garbage, but I don't think they are. There are products that are combustible, and we always let those rags completely dry out before you ever throw them into the garbage can. Sometimes we'll dump them in water before we throw them in the garbage. Nunia says, I had a problem with one of my cups slowly sliding off the turner. Any ideas on how to stop that from happening? That means your insert's not in there tight enough, okay? Let me grab some inserts here just to show you. The ones that are in all of these, Nunia, are, let me get rid of my tumbler here, is this type of insert, and they're a hard foam. It's hard to even get these inside the tumbler, so they are holding it super tight. But even the foam ones that I use, I do make sure that my foam is in tight and holding onto it. So I could just be the foams or the inserts that you have. Let's see, there was a lot of information here. Okay, I think everybody's just answering each other since I was over there just working, okay? Yeah, I know, Sandy, I need to mark my cups. I was thinking I could just see that little line, but I'm telling you, it just goes away, okay? Yeah, I know, this is pretty productive, having 5 going at one time, so I feel like I made a lot of progress. Yeah, definitely probably a larger insert, I'm thinking. Yes, So other good points that I'm hearing is make sure your surface is level. Make sure your cups are even level when you're putting them on. So let me grab one that's just on a stand here. Okay, this one, I think this one's pretty much done. Okay, it might be used, could use another coat, but that is the shea foil. Okay, shea floral. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? There's a little bit of diamond dust in there too for some added sparkle. But I'm happy. I love that one. It's got that beautiful butterfly in there too. So when you are putting it on your turner, you do want to make sure the cup's not like at an angle and going one direction or the other, but just making sure it really is pretty level. And you can even put them on the turner and get a tiny little level and set the level on here first to make sure, okay, that you're not going to be off balance. I have looked at these. I feel like everything looks pretty level and they're turning really well. So hopefully everything is good here. Let's see, a couple more questions. Tanya, which foil is the beige one? Is that one here that you're talking about? So I'm going to start here. Okay, this is Peyton Glitter. So that one has 2 foils on it. This one is Easton Tooled Leather. This one is Isabel, I think. Yeah, I think that one is Isabel. This one is Cheetah Silver. And then I have Wild Leopard Spots Large Gold. And this one here was the Shea Floral. Oh, I forgot how pretty it is. I haven't had this out in a while. I feel like every new foil always should get to be on a tumbler. I think it's just the prize surface, okay? Joanne, I am going to probably be selling a few of the cups, okay? Tanya, I get my diamond dust from RK3 Designs. She's wonderful. Love her. I'll put that in here for you, okay? So RK3 Designs. She's been a friend of mine forever. She carries the diamond dust. She's very, very knowledgeable in the epoxy art world. Let's see. Lisa's asking, have you ever tried putting dispensers for, try using maybe dispensers for your epoxy? Like I said, I only do epoxy a couple of times per month, but I probably should find some squeeze bottles, which I think would be way easier than trying to pour out of those big ones. Denise, hopefully I answered your question. Yes, this one that has glitter is Isabella. Oh, the glitter that's with this one, that is our shimmering sand glitter. Okay, I think it's called shimmering sand. Oh, a pump dispenser. Now, I never thought of a pump dispenser. I was thinking of squeeze bottles. Okay, so guys, I think we're pretty much done here, but I promised you a quick little tour. So this is going to be annoying, but I'm going to take my phone off of the stand and we're going to flip you. Okay. I just flipped you all over. Okay. So this way I can give you a little bit of a better view and get down close on all of these. Oh my gosh. It is so fun watching a bunch of these spin at one time. This one here, again, is the Easton Tooled. This one is Isabella with glitter on top and bottom. Okay, I'm moving out my bar stool, so sorry. Had to move that so I could walk. But, oh my gosh, I love that one. It has diamond dust, so it's just all glittery, okay? This one here is, again, a glitter base. Okay, so it was originally just a beautiful glitter base, and it has the cheetah silver. And then, again, another glitter base with wild leopard spots. But the little shimmering of sparkle you see is I put diamond dust in all three of those. These two, I did not put diamond dust in them, okay? I wasn't sure which direction I was going, but I didn't do any diamond dust on those two. Oh, yeah, I don't know why they're turning in different directions, but maybe that's the way Cassie ordered it so that they were going in different directions. That I'm not sure, okay? Okay, so I'm embarrassed a little bit. There's a lot of stuff in here, but this room is packed, okay? So we have lots of stuff on display. And these are a pair of jeans that I did with one of our stamping rollers. There's a video coming out for that. I own a lot of stuff, you guys. I've been doing this for 35 plus years, and my collection of stuff just keeps growing and growing, okay? And I have gone through and gave so much away this past year, but I still have a ton of stuff, okay? So this is where I'm normally working, okay? This is like my epoxy wall, okay? I sell my spray cans. I do use spray paint as well. I just don't ever spray in the building. So when I'm showing everybody how to base coat, I always have to use Bondago, okay? So anytime we use spray, we're definitely going outside. Okay, just so you know, I've got my other Dino tumbler or turner here, okay? This one is going to turn tonight as well. But this has to be a part of a YouTube video, so I have to do it on a different camera. This is my cheap little first turner that I ever got off of Amazon. It still works though. Okay, another little sneak peek. We have some Prima projects that we've been working on that are coming out in reels next week. A little wine bottle. I've been doing all kinds of YouTube videos. So there's all kinds of projects hanging out around here because there's a whole bunch of videos going. So that side over there is my office, okay? My desk is there, my computer, and again, we're just packed in here, okay? This is one full spot. Okay, I'm going to flip you guys back over to me for a second so I can say thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you being here. Thank you all for your support and for sharing all your tips and tricks as well with everybody. And I think we possibly will be able to make it back tomorrow. My trip to the river is canceled at this point. One person got sick and we all decided we're not going to share whatever she has, okay? So we'll hopefully see you guys again tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. Bye for now.